Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Some people have love in their life, real love, patient, consistent, genuinely offered, right in front of them, and something inside them still can't fully receive it. Not because they don't want it, not because they don't feel it, but because somewhere deeper than conscious thought, their nervous system doesn't fully trust it. And that's what we're exploring today. There's a term in attachment psychology called avoidant attachment, but this isn't just about avoidant types. This is about something broader, something that shows up in people who desperately want connection and simultaneously, quietly, push it away. Psychologists call it fear of intimacy, and it isn't what most people picture. It isn't about being cold or emotionally closed. It's about a nervous system that learned, usually very early, that closeness comes with cost, that love arrives and then changes, or leaves, or comes with conditions attached. The first reason some people can't accept love is that it feels unsafe to need someone. Think about what it means to truly let someone in. It means becoming vulnerable. It means your happiness, even partially, depending on another person's consistency. For someone whose early experiences taught them that people aren't reliably there, that lesson becomes wired, not as a thought, as a felt sense, a physiological signal that says, don't get too comfortable, don't need too much, because needing is where the pain begins. So when love arrives, real, steady, offered without conditions, the nervous system doesn't feel relief, it feels exposure, and it responds the way it learned to respond, by pulling back, by finding reasons to doubt, by creating just enough distance to feel safe again. The second reason is that love feels most real when it's uncertain. This sounds paradoxical, but psychology explains it clearly. Many people who struggle to accept love grew up in environments where affection was inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes withdrawn, sometimes unpredictable. And the brain, as it always does, adapted. It learned to associate love with that push-pull feeling, with the chase, with uncertainty. So when someone offers steady, reliable love, it doesn't trigger the neurological response of connection. It triggers something closer to boredom or suspicion because it doesn't match the pattern the nervous system recognizes as love. The person isn't broken. Their brain is simply running an outdated map. Now pause here for a second. Have you ever found yourself pulling away from someone who was genuinely good to you? Not because they did anything wrong, but because something about the safety itself felt uncomfortable. If that's familiar, stay with this. The third reason is that accepting love requires believing you deserve it. And this is where it gets quietly complicated. Research in self-concept psychology shows that people's capacity to receive love is deeply tied to what they believe they are worth receiving, not consciously. Most people would say, of course I deserve love. But below that conscious belief, the nervous system holds a different operating assumption, one built from years of messages, subtle ones. The times affection felt conditional, the times love was withdrawn as punishment, the times someone's needs were consistently placed above their own. Those experiences don't just create memories. They create a belief system that sits beneath awareness, and that belief system quietly filters incoming love, questioning it, minimizing it, waiting for it to be taken away. So the love arrives, and instead of landing, it slides off, not because it isn't real, but because the receiving system isn't calibrated to hold it. So what does psychology actually say about changing this? It says the first step isn't finding the right person, it's recognizing the pattern, because you can't receive what your nervous system is quietly convinced will eventually hurt you, and you can't change a pattern you haven't yet named. The shift begins not with a relationship, but with a question. What did I learn love feels like? And is that still true? Because the nervous system is adaptive. It learned these patterns in response to real experiences, and with awareness, with time, with the right conditions, it can learn something new. That steady love isn't a trap, that safety isn't boredom, that needing someone isn't the beginning of loss, that love, real, consistent, freely given, is something you are allowed to keep.